As a certified veteran of the Gacha community, amassing a whole 1 hour of experience in Genshin Impact, I have decided that I'm qualified enough to be giving reviews to Gacha games. Okay, just kidding. I have actually played quite a few Gacha games before, and I mean games like Nikke, Blue Archive, Dokkan Battle, and Arknights, games like that. And yes, I did add Dokkan Battle so that I don't look like a complete Coomer. But out of all of these games, there is one game. There is this one game that I've played for years. And normally, I don't play gacha games for that long. The game I'm talking about is... Drumroll please.
For you I promise, I never forget every moment that we spent together. Promise, I hold my head high, keep together, standing on the
Epic 7. Download now.
Epic 7, yeah, that's the game. And I'm going to say this, Epic 7 is top 5 gacha games ever made. And before you all go to the comments, let me explain. Once you open the game, you'll be greeted by the loading screen. And there's actually nothing special about it, to be honest, it's just an animation. But you know what they say, not all treasure is gold and glitter, am I right guys? And I really do think you all should give this game a chance. I'm saying this because this game has everything you want from a gacha game. But of course, there are also some cons as well, so let's discuss them both. This game has high, and I mean really high quality animation. I remember when I first played the game, I was so blown away by each character's animation that I spent a whole hour watching K-Ron's S3 animation. I mean, just look at this.
Happy feet, one more combo. That ain't Falco. That ain't Falco. Where you at? Oh my God! Get your ass whooped!
Can you guys see just how beautiful that is? And don't even get me started on Charles and Straze. The point is, this game has hands down the best animation of all gacha games period. I mean, yeah, let's compare Epic 7's animation and Arknight's.
Disobedience to an order leads to prompt execution.
お前はもう死んでいる。何？死ねい！歌教員！
Meanwhile,
Yeah, you get the point. And the second thing that I want to say is that this game has quite a good story. I mean, I know what you are all thinking probably. He really just said the gacha game has a good story. But guys, hear me out. Epic 7 does have a good story, especially compared to other gacha games. Like, my favorite part of the story was definitely episode 2. It was the first time the players were introduced to Straze. He was the main antagonist and most badass character of the game. At the time, people were really hyped at the prospect of fighting this beast of a man. I mean, just look at him.
Destiny cannot escape my sword.
He looks menacing as hell. And he is also not just a shallow villain who is evil just for the sake of being evil. He actually had a reason to do what he did, and is a fairly complex character who had an interesting relationship with Rowana, his lover. I mean, of course, I won't explain the whole story because of, well, spoilers in case you guys decided to play the game after this. But all in all, if you start playing the game, I think you would enjoy the story, especially in the early game. Like between episode 1 and episode 2. I think the story kinda just start falling off after episode 2, but the first 2 episodes are for me really good. And the next thing I want to talk about is yeah. If you're playing Epic 7, you know they have one of the best character designs out there, with one of my favorites being Sermia. I mean the Moonlight version. Like, every single time I play this game, I'm actually down horrendous. Not to mention she's voiced by the same voice actress as Fee in Cyberpunk. And you know how I feel about Fee. By the way guys, shout out to my V. Oh my god, cause she is... And it's not just Sermia. You have this and this and this and this. Just take your pick. Whatever you want, you get what you want. Now that we've discussed all the pros and cons, let's talk about the cons. And yeah. Okay, now to be honest, the first con is quite a crucial one. And it's because the game is not free to play friendly. Well, sort of. If you want to compete in PvP, it is the endgame by the way. If you've reached endgame and if you've completed the story, you can play PvP, then it is mandatory to have a whole lot of premium units. And what I mean by premium is that there are something called Moonlight units in the game, and to guarantee yourself these units, you have to do 200 summons. And just for your information, it costs 110 euros to approximately get 35 to 40 summons on their banners. That means you need to spend around 500 to 600 euros just to get them. But then again, PvP is optional, but it is the go-to thing once you reach endgame. Because this also branches into another problem that I have with the game. It's that the PvE doesn't get enough love. I don't think they've put enough into the main story of the game. And I just think they could have done better with it. Like for example, there is no voice acting in the main story. I think voice acting is such a huge factor to the quality of a game. And the fact that the main story doesn't have voice acting is kind of a huge problem. I think for a gacha game to succeed, they need voice acting. Let's just take a look at Genshin Impact, or Wuthering Waves, or even Nikkei. Nikkei has voice acting in the main story, which I really like. It makes the characters feel more alive. It makes me actually care for them. And they're not just a static PNG that you can see. It is probably the biggest reason why people don't take Epic 7 story seriously. People just play the game nowadays for PvP. And yeah, that's why I think voice acting would actually increase the engagement to the game. And people would actually start paying attention to the story and not just skip, or even worse, not play it at all. And I'm not saying that they must do it, because I know how expensive it is for a game to hire voice actresses, especially voice actresses like Sermia's, right? She is a really great voice actor, and I'm sure it's not cheap to hire her. And yeah, it is just my suggestion. Like, I think people need to take this. I think Smilegate really need to take the story more seriously and stop just releasing Moonlight units every single week. But yeah, guys, that's just my opinion, and you guys are entitled to your own opinion. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. What do you think about the game? Why do you play the game? Why do you not play the game? And yeah, don't forget to like the video if you guys like the video. Don't forget to like the video if you guys dislike the video. And don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye.